If you feel that you don't like yourself, that you reject yourself, or maybe that you hate yourself, then it means that you don't have contact with your own worth. You have your worth that is not dependent on anything external or even internal. Your own worth is just independently connected to your own being. It's all the time there, all together connected with your being. But you may not feel connection with your own value. And this happens if we didn't experience unconditional love when we were children. If the child wasn't loved in that way, then doesn't have a chance to develop that connection. And then when we are adults, we don't love ourselves. This is the cause of all our suffering in our life. Because, for example, if you are in any way abusive relationship now, that there is no respect, no understanding, no support, maybe there is some violence, and you stay in such a relationship, this is because you don't love yourself. And you don't love yourself because you don't have that connection with your self-worth. And you don't have that connection because you didn't experience unconditional love when you were a child. And you can start reversing that by practicing self-love as an everyday practice. And if you were rejecting, maybe hating yourself for all your life, it may sound like weird, like how I can all of a sudden start loving myself. You can do it by practicing love, unconditional love, to the child that used to be. And that child that used to be is still in you. Because all patterns that you have, that your mind created, all these patterns were created when you were a child. And if these patterns were created in the childhood, lacking of unconditional love, then these patterns are very dysfunctional. So you can start changing this by practicing love, by giving love, by expressing love to that child that used to be. And I would like to tell you about 2 very simple ways how you can do it as your everyday practice. And I really would like to underline that this practice may save your life. This is the practice that can change a lot in your life, that may change the way you experiencing yourself, your relationships, your life. So here's what you can do. First is self-talk, and the second is touch. Because these 2 things were very crucial for our healthy development when we were children. Self-talk is created on the base of what we heard from our parents when we were children. And if we heard a lot of criticism, judgments, brutal, violent talk, then our inner voice, our self-talk, is exactly the same. So what we need to do is just start creating that talk in a loving, understanding, supportive way to the child they used to be. And the second thing is the touch. We as a children need a touch, tender, safe, loving touch. That was also immensely important for us. And if we didn't have it, we are experiencing a lot of consequences of that in our adult life. So what you can do every day, for example, before you get up, just after you wake up and you still stay in bed, just embrace yourself. And you can embrace yourself thinking that you are embracing that child that you used to be. It can be very little child, like a few months. It can be few years old child. And just stay in this embrace for a while. And start talking to that child in a very loving, motivating, supportive, tender way, encouraging, believing in this child. For example, it's just a new day started. I know that you may be a bit tired and you would like to stay in bed longer. I'm here with you. I will be all day with you, supporting you. You are doing really, really great. I'm very proud of you. I love you. Do it every day. And this is the way how you can develop the connection to your own deep worth. It's not dependent on anything. And then you can create self-love. And all this together can really change your life. If you like this video and you think it may help anybody, just please share it. And also I invite you to subscribe this channel. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.